Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa, and today is Monday, so we're momming it with Mommin Crypto. We've got all news, crypto news from around the world, everything from Jamaica creating CBDCs to, oh my goodness, I'm blanking, but we've got a long list. So we'll be right back with more news with Mommin Crypto here on the new normal. Give us a like, share this video, get that crypto news out. We're back. Mommin, thanks for joining us. I couldn't believe all the news we've had this week. I feel like we're bouncing all over the world when I'm sending you some of these articles and some of the stuff we were seeing. So what in the world do you think is going on?
Well, a lot of activity. I would say a lot of positive and negative news. It's just a mishmash at this point. And a little bit of scary news as well. I mean, the FBI one is the one that, definitely get that eerie feeling for anyone that is worried about security and some of these issues. So, we definitely can highlight that one as well.
Yeah, we could start with that one. Polly P shared that, and I wanted to give him props for finding that article. And that was just today, the FBI warning digital cryptocurrency exchanges and crypto owners of possible threats. And we know there've been, all these cyber attacks happening and all these kind of things. And we talk about, not your keys, not your coins, and not to keep your stuff on exchanges. And so this is another warning, have your crypto off the exchanges and in your own possession.
Most definitely, and make sure that it's secure, just like Lisa said, not your keys, not your coins. It's an alert from the FBI that it's alerting the possibility of hacks and enhanced alert this week. And it's mentioning that, the target is not only people, but also exchanges. So for those people that, leave large sums in exchanges, just know that it's important to, keep safe, increase the security level on your accounts. Now is the time to be attentive and care for those things, have extra attention, pay extra attention to those details.
And they were talking about SIM swap attacks and how important it is to use 2FA or two-factor authentication in some of this. And I thought that was pretty interesting. I really don't have a lot of education on this. I know it's dangerous and I know to keep my stuff in my own possession, but I really don't have a lot of information on this myself. So that's something that I think that, we definitely need to learn more about. So they're talking about getting their insight. They're talking about contacting the telephone carrier and somehow leveraging that to get a new SIM. So they don't even have to have your phone. They can contact your phone carrier and request a new SIM card and get your information that way, is my understanding.
Yeah, they'll probably fish for information, and it's all starts like that. And when you realize, you no longer, have ownership of your number anymore, and it's a scary situation. Unfortunately, I was a victim of that before. Luckily, because I had two-factor authenticators on all my accounts, that prevented any loss. But if you don't secure your accounts, unfortunately, everything could be at risk. And also, I think a great episode that we had in the past, and you can look back, I would say maybe about 6 months ago, we had The Voice, right, Lisa, and he was giving us amazing security tips. And if you want more,
you'll have to go to Library or Odyssey to see that, because that was when we had my old channel before I was kicked
That
off of
was in Lisa's
YouTube.
old channel, but I think she has it in her channel, and I also have it reposted on my channel as well.
Perfect. Okay.
And we definitely have great information from a specialist, from someone that really, is, focused on security. And I learned great tips, things that I didn't know and I wasn't aware before on that episode, and definitely helped me, especially after you've been through an experience. It takes a while for you to trust the internet again.
Yeah.
And the more cautious you are, the more you gain that, confidence. But even then,
You just can't be safe enough, I guess.
can't be safe enough. Yes. Don't trust any links.
Yeah.
Make sure you type your own stuff. It starts right there.
Yeah, he talked about when we had the voice on, he was talking about what did he call it? Internet hygiene or technology hygiene, and talking about how, you want to keep your stuff clean and don't connecting with other stuff. So
you're gonna get all those tips if you stop by the old episode with the voice. It was a Mommin It Mondays episode, and it has like special the voice. So if you browse, you're gonna find next one. I think is something positive, right, Lisa? Grayscale. Should we go there?
Yeah, we can go there.
So Grayscale has received the regulatory approval to reduce lockup period of its digital large cap fund from 12 months to 6 months, and becomes a SEC reporting company. And that is for 3 of their products: Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum Trust. So I think that's...
Did this speed up the price increase? Is that what the being able to
I think
unlock quicker?
What I understood is that when you are a very large investor and you buy from the Grayscale fund, you usually you can't buy it and sell it right away. Okay. It would be something that you probably have to hold for 12 months. And that's what I think it's the lockup period. And maybe now, because they are more regulated, because they are reporting, now that lockup period seems to be reduced to 6 months. So if, let's say institutional buyer buys a large quantity with Grayscale, they probably would have the permission to sell it within 6 months, from their purchase. So it diminishes the time frame for, holding their trust funds, And I'm not sure, it's just interesting to see these things evolving, because it looks like things are becoming, regulation is becoming more of a topic, and it's, embedding itself in everything, so it's...
I saw another article that was saying something about that with Grayscale getting that, the SEC reporting company, it was moving it closer to an EFT, which was, I guess a big deal getting that. But I feel like then we're going backwards or going back into that old system, of banking and structure and all that. So I guess that's kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I wonder, because we don't understand, I personally don't understand price moves and price action, and I don't know how that will affect in the long run, if, but at the same token, someone has the liberty to buy a large lump sum and pretty much let it go in a faster pace, before when people purchased. When you saw a large transaction on Grayscale, is announced, at least they're going to have to hold it for 12 months. Now that time frame is a little bit shorter, so it's 6 months now. Wonder how that will affect and everything. And then Fidelity will be, going into the banking, and how this whole tendency of, crypto getting embedded into our banking, and banking becoming custodial services. So you have Fidelity will be adding 100 crypto employees to its crypto division. So it was announced on Bloomberg that, huge financial enterprise will be adding, 100 crypto employees to its crypto division. And I'm like, well, where are this personnel, right? Because there isn't so many.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, how are they hiring them, and what standards? Who's vetting them? It'll be interesting. Who's training them?
I know, it's really interesting. So I'm curious. I'm gonna go on their website myself, and I'm gonna browse these jobs just to see what's out there and what are the qualifications and what they are looking for. And for anyone in crypto, that has the knowledge, that has been following us, our journey, this goes to show that, the market is expanding and needing personnel. So the more knowledge you gain over the course of time, there is a good chance that you may find a good job in the future.
Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities because it's just all so new, and I think we have 3 or 4 bank, and this was kind of my thought with today's show, is how globally it's just all about the banks coming into crypto.
I would say the highlight is definitely, if you had to pick a subtitle for our show today, it would be, crypto taking the financial world or something. Like, definitely a lot of headlines in the financial spectrum. This next one, go for it.
Yeah, I was going to say a lot of it is this statement that they're going to start offering these crypto custodial services. So people are wanting into crypto, but they don't know how, and they're being lazy again. And so the banks are like, we'll do it for you. Don't worry. We'll keep your crypto safe.
Yeah, in a way, I don't think that's too bad if you're not, like, from the draw that I get from my friends when I try to explain, and I'm like, hey, look, now it's time to download the wallet. Let's be coherent and make sure that you can keep these words and your password. What? Can I? I don't know. When, maybe, I'm realizing now that, people want what they are accustomed to, and, if that's the way, at least they are offering, because before it wasn't even an option for people. So now at least they can maybe at least hedge against some sort of inflation using their bank. I'm not completely opposed, despite the fact that I would love if people understood the original concept and, and became
baby steps, I guess.
I think baby steps, Lisa, baby steps. However, I do feel that marketing strategies from these big giants could also possibly jeopardize the main message behind Bitcoin, and maybe not have as much drive towards this responsible, be your own bank attitude. But if few people do, they will understand the value,
Yeah. So that was a South Korean bank offering custodial services. There was another ad or another about a Swiss bank. And they're actually going to offer custodial services and staking through the bank, and allow their clients to stake and generate up to 7% a year. So this is interesting, because this is like back in the day when I was a kid and you could earn interest at a bank. So this is banking going back to doing what they actually did, where they had a service for people.
No, I thought this was probably the most significant news of the day. I was like, wow, I'm so glad Lisa picked up on this, because maybe I would bypass it just because, it's so many banking news daily. But I was really surprised, first, because it's a Swiss bank. So, when you think of a Swiss bank, you already think of, a whole different approach. Then when it said the stakes on it, ETH2, I was like, wow, this is magnificent. They really believe that there is a future in DeFi, and this is truly the merging DeFi opportunities with, banking. Very similar, I think, to many businesses that saw this opportunity early on and took on these as an opportunity, just like Celsius and BlockFi and other interest earning platforms. And I think maybe those have inspired banks. I'm not sure, but I do think this is a really step forward in this ecosystem, because the banks figured it out a way of making money through crypto that marks them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just like a little commission that they're going to make. They understood, okay, if I provide liquidity, I am going to enhance this, and I'm going to get money back from this network. So they are belonging in the network. And I think this is really significant.
So it's a participation of the banks, and then and it also benefits their customers as well. So yeah, that one was
me a little bit, because they have so much power and so much money. It's like, wow, how much, if they decide to everybody do it, that would really, like, how much will we like Ethereum then? Maybe not as much. A lot of things, I'm just kidding. But, at this level, I think it's just interesting that one is doing it. And I do imagine if they do it well, many other will say, hey, why am I not doing it?
Yeah. Well, to round out the banking news, I think that this was important. The Bank of Jamaica is set to roll out its central bank digital currency pilot for next month. So we're seeing another country doing their CBDC. Well, it's their pilot, I guess. So I think that's interesting.
It's super interesting. I think it's interesting to see, like, because now we have some countries doing the CBDC. China would be the one taking the leap for sure. But then you have El Salvador using Bitcoin, and let's see how they perform. So we have like few interesting realms to compare. I think it's really interesting to see how all of this is going to evolve. I read
we have one more. Paraguay, right? We had an article about Paraguay too.
That is, I think, let me see if I missed on that one.
Oh, here it is. Paraguay says so a lawmaker is introducing a Bitcoin regulation law next week. I don't know that's so it's regulating Bitcoin. It's not rolling it out as legal tender, I guess, but it's another step, right?
Brazil also came up with recent additions to their regulation as well. Ana Paula Rabelo, she's has written a book which is, filing Bitcoin for Portuguese, how teaching people how to file, their taxes. And she recently gave an update, and Brazil has been adding more to its regulation as well. It's everybody's looking into, just
the future.
Yeah, I think so. The time is now. I think banks, institutional is going, banks, financial is going towards it. So, they are trying to regulate as fast as possible, I would say. And it's going to be interesting the next couple of months, I think.
And EVEZ in Oz says, wasn't the Bank of Jamaica the one that Reggie Middleton was talking to about Very Stock Exchange? And I believe you're correct. I do remember it being the Bank of Jamaica. So that will be really interesting to see what ends up happening with that.
Yeah. And a lot of stuff is up in the air right now. So, and price seems to be just static, right? We're going sideways, and I think it's a lot of these things are unknown, and it's just, worth the wait. Let's just see how, the whole atmosphere evolves and everything. That's interesting that TikTok influencers got banned from promoting cryptocurrencies. So you can tell that we are in that stage, right, Lisa? I would say like in 2017 when, like social media is
So
getting
many people got taken down from social media for talking about cryptocurrency. And now you have to remember also who owns TikTok. That's owned by China.
yeah.
And so they're really going hard after people. There was somebody sent me, no, well, they didn't send me. It was somebody else posted it, or created it, but it was a picture and it talked about, it was a little meme or infographic talking about the different countries that had crypto usage had increased. Let's see. I'll see if I can get it to send to my computer. Oh, and I don't even know all these. Let me see if I can get this to post. Maybe you guys can help me out with some of this because I don't know all these flags.
I
see if you can. We'll do
flag.
I don't know. I don't know this flag at the top.
But
it says,
China.
Is that China?
No, that's Iran, maybe. I don't know. Me neither.
Okay. I don't know. If somebody knows in the comments, please let us know. I apologize. I'm not a worldly girl. I should be more educated on this. This is because I went to American school.
Turkey. That's Turkey.
Is it Turkey? Okay. So
Turkey.
crypto usage has increased 1,000% from 0.7% to 7.7 in the last year. That's huge.
Yes. They just
Nigeria. Go ahead.
Because it was very unfortunate too, because what led to the Turkish ban, it's because one huge exchange just ran out of the country with billions of dollars from so many people. They had kind of like a Mount Cox experience.
Okay.
When that happened, they did a ban in certain types of transactions, and that got interpreted as a ban, and it really increased usage. So every time they try the word of a ban in cryptocurrency is happening in a country, this is what is showing that normally it increases in usage. But go for it. Let's go for Nigeria.
Yeah. So this is what this infographic was showing. And so then Nigeria, and we have a friend from Nigeria, and he was like, yeah, it's all the young people use. The minute they banned Bitcoin in Nigeria, it's now become the biggest peer-to-peer trading volume in Africa, and especially among the youth. And then I don't know the third flag. If somebody knows that, you will also get a gold star from me. What that flag is, but that also is another ban. In crypto investments increased from 923 million to 6.6 billion last year after they banned Bitcoin in that country. And then the final one, that's China, isn't it?
That last one is China,
and that's miners and companies are relocating and moving to places that are welcoming Bitcoin. So you can see that they're all just a bunch of cranky teenagers that when you tell them not to do it, they just do it more. So banning Bitcoin doesn't work so well for that, but
I know it just teases people and they end up wanting it. That's that's really silly. But in Turkey, I know, that it isn't banned completely. It's just certain types of trades that they banned, and they are revamping as well in terms of regulation to try to avoid this type of scammers and fake exchanges and pyramid schemes that happen, especially in third world countries that unfortunately people are not, sometimes educational level will play a big part in how easy it is to fall for a bad exchange and things like that. So unfortunately it happens, and it happens even on very renowned exchanges as well. So it's something to be aware. And what else? Yeah.
I think we've got Visa partnering with, which I thought we had maybe talked about this last week. Is this new news or old news? I can't remember. The Visa partnering with 50 crypto platforms on card programs.
I think we didn't get a chance to discuss last week because we didn't see each other, but it's I read it, a little while back, and it's just happening. That's why there is even a sentence here that said crypto isn't going anywhere, and I think it isn't, because no matter if it's negative or positive, you're just seeing in the news more and more often. And another interesting one that you actually sent recently was that FinCEN appoints first ever chief cryptocurrency advisor. So Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN. I don't know. I didn't even know, about this bureau. A bureau of the U.S. Treasury Department has appointed the first ever chief cryptocurrency advisor. So interesting, you see, like even within the government and within the bureaus and within, they are having, a persona that handles, these major cryptocurrency issues. So it's so significant now that it's everywhere.
I can't even find that article, but I'm sure if I send it to you.
You did.
Is it from this last week that I sent it to you?
I think so, or maybe I went too far.
Okay.
And it's by DJ Peter Voss. Let me see if I can give you the tweet. I'll copy the tweet and send you over here on our little chat notes. Yeah. And it has a nice badge and everything. On the tweet.
Okay.
So I send on the private chat.
I got it.
Yeah, and I didn't get to read the whole article because I was reading them, and I didn't. That was one of the last ones, and then we're live. But maybe we can pick through it together.
Yeah. We can do that. Oh, I'm putting it on the wrong page. So hold on. I've got the wrong page going for sure. And I'm also streaming on Pilled and Foxhole, so I'll jump over there before we quit and release the lotto ticket so you guys can definitely get your gold pills over there. Am I on the right one? Yes, I'm on the right one.
I can try to get you the actual article too. It's on Coin.
I got it. I found it. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So it's talking about FinCEN appoints first ever. And okay, this is the one where he's going to be the first ever chief cryptocurrency advisor. And he's like a former Wall Street guy, isn't he?
I didn't get a chance to read it because that was the last one. So we can kind of read it together. Bureau of the has appointed the first ever chief cryptocurrency advisor in the form of Michelle. Her name is Michelle. I'm like, yeah, it's a she. That's kind of awesome.
That is kind of awesome. Oh, this is a different article than what I'm thinking of, I think, then.
Yeah.
Michelle brings a wealth of digital currency expertise and will be a tremendous leader in the coordinated efforts to maximize FinCEN's contribution to the innovative potential for financial expansion of opportunity while minimizing illicit finance risk. So she will be responsible for advancing FinCEN's leadership role in the nascent cryptocurrency space. She'll work with internal and external partners to formulate strategic solutions for mitigating illicit practices in unregulated digital currency space. The reason for her appointment of crypto chief advisor of top financial watchdog could be her years of experience at the U.S. Treasury Department's Crypto Council, where she advised government attorneys and federal agents nationwide on cryptocurrency matters. So then it talks about the significance of the appointment. Let's see, helping with the financial law enforcement agency to go after companies that could pose investor risks. I know somebody they could go talk to. The growing popularity of cryptocurrencies around the globe in the U.S. has posed challenges for the regulators in the absence of any formal regulations. The onus falls upon these regulatory watchdogs to prevent potential scams. The SEC chief Gary Gensler, who was seen as pro-crypto by the digital currency community because of his understanding of the space, has called for tighter regulatory policies to ensure investor protection. Gensler's calls for strict policies around the crypto market hasn't gone down well with many proponents who believe his appointment would make way for more positive regulations. However, the first few regulations posed or passed under his authority indicate he might maintain a similar stance. The biggest disappointment came from a continuous delay in a decision on Bitcoin ETF, since many were hopeful that $1 trillion market cap and rising institutional demand could push the SEC to approve a Bitcoin ETF in the US. Interesting.
Very interesting. If this tackles some of the, scammers, and that would be great, but unfortunately, sometimes it just creates more limitations for the growth of the technology. So we'll see as this evolves and what type of approach they are taking. But it literally would be great if there would be someone just on Twitter, on not on Twitter, but even on Instagram or YouTube, even like a more private effort in cleaning up those spaces and removing the scammers and, the problematic comments. And unfortunately, at this stage now, when the popularity of cryptocurrencies is so high, it's happening a lot. So it's, I've seen many people that I watch that I can tell the comments below their videos. I no longer have a YouTube account, so I don't worry about myself, but I can tell, and I can see the concern of my colleagues, having to police their own accounts and make sure that, those comments are not visible. And for some of them, they have a large number of, it becomes a very problematic issue. And, unfortunately, we keep policing and helping each other, making sure that we cross-check. Are you real?
And even if somebody is real, I mean, they're not necessarily looking out for your best interest. And so, any financial, anything that we do on our channel is financial advice. And anyone placing any comments on any of my videos are not endorsed by us or any financial advice to take. And really, you guys, anything that you do, one of the biggest things we want to really promote on this channel is taking personal responsibility for your health, for your wealth, and for your personal safety. And so that means educating yourself and making those choices and not clicking links and not taking other people's advice. Make those choices for yourself, and then that way you can stand on those choices.
For sure. Do your own research, cross-check, triple cross-check information, keep it safe out there, and always make sure you listen from different perspectives as well. I always try to escape a little bit from the crypto realm and, go to other spaces and other type of environments as well, just to get a broad range of information in life as well. I think that's being healthy for me, escaping from the everyday crypto subject sometimes, so
it's good, to get out of the echo chamber of crypto.
Right. Yeah, you said the word I was looking for, the echo chamber. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I know I had at least one more that I wanted to talk about.
Let's do that.
Oh, the diamond. I don't know who would buy a diamond. I would rather have $12 million of Bitcoin than a diamond, but some idiot bought a diamond at Sotheby's and paid $12 million for it. And I clicked on this and read the article.
Yeah.
And they're actually, so Sotheby's is now, they are accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum because they feel like they're liquid enough that they can get rid of them. So they're not planning on keeping the Bitcoin, but they do now accept Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they're also selling and auctioning NFTs. And so I thought that was interesting. There wasn't a separate article about it, but I read that in this same article.
It's amazing. I mean, I think more and more stores are going to start, accepting Bitcoin. And, it's just amazing how much you can do this day and age. If you have a crypto credit card, for example, you can pretty much, live on a crypto economy, using several of the merchants you already shop with. So it's amazing to see the world changing and evolving and the technology being adopted everywhere. And also it impresses me that people have that amount of money to splurge. I mean, crazy, $12 million on a diamond is surreal. I mean, I will never, you just
even
try.
these NFTs. I've been watching the sale prices of these NFTs, and I saw like one went for $9 million the other day, and I'm thinking, just even a piece of art. I guess it's the investment thing, is that they're trying to find things to put their value in that they think are going to either hold or gain value. But at that point, just leave it in Bitcoin. Like, I don't understand putting it in an NFT.
It's so out of my realm as well, Lisa. I just like it, it's surreal. Even that one, the one that came on the news in Brazil, that I think it was sold for 69 million. I mean, it's great, but it's a digital art. It escapes my. I can't understand, and it's probably one of the most expensive art ever sold. I can't compare that piece to a Picasso or a Van Gogh, for example. I still think there is more value in the, historic things. There are so many things that I, admire, that I think are relics, and that I do think belong in a museum. I don't know. It's such a crazy concept. If I had that kind of money, I definitely would do something else with it. But if someone has that amount of money to splurge, kudos to them.
I can't imagine that you have that having that amount of money that you've already thought of everything else that you could have possibly spent it on. That's my option.
Yeah, you're gonna bling out. You're gonna be the biggest bling in the world.
Yeah, they said it was 101 carat diamond.
How big is that?
Do you have a wheelbarrow that your hand goes in, or I'm not sure how you even walk around with
how
that.
do you look at it? It's glaring. The light hits, you burn someone alive.
Set the house on fire with your ring. I don't even know. I don't know.
It is crazy, and definitely don't. It's one of those things that if you want to keep it in a closet safe, because people will never, even if you have it on hand, people will not believe it's real. They're gonna be like,
and that's the other thing, is you would be risking your life to be walking around with something like that. Nana brings up a great point. Maybe there's some money laundering going on with NFTs. We know, there was a new emerging artist recently that just sold some paintings for $500,000 a piece that the buyers are being kept secret. And that's things like that have gone on for a long time. And there's also, I was watching a documentary, and they were talking about how people in China will come over and pay cash for properties here in America. And they're actually laundering money. So they pay cash for these large, multi-million-dollar properties, and then they never live in them. And somehow then they sell it, and it somehow changes hands, or they give it to somebody, and it's some way of paying bribes or money laundering. I don't know. It was really
Wow.
complex. I mean,
Yeah, I'm too
it's
naive, I guess, to even, think that. I just think it's some amazing artist in the back did, some crazy strategy and nailed it. Like my
yeah,
brain didn't even go there, but thanks, Donna. Now I'll be aware.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
yes, you're right. People will find.
There's evil people everywhere in every industry. So, and there's good people everywhere, but there's bad people everywhere. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And I like usually like when the stuff that I collect are from kiddos that I adore and I met
Yes.
personally that I
Yeah.
know are true artists. And that's one thing I always tell people when you buy an NFT. Do your research, get to know that person, get to know that artist, because you could be buying something that it's not legit.
Right.
So get involved with their community. Usually the artist has a social media account. You can get in touch. You can talk about it. We love talking about art, what we do.
Mhm.
So get to know. Don't just buy something with the assumption because someone told you, I'll buy this, it's famous, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Everybody has a social media account now, and even the most top NFT artists, like I've sent messages to Basquiat, or many of them, they will reply with a heart, like they are
Oh,
just
that's
people
neat.
behind.
Yeah.
So once you find their own verified account and you can get a little talk, you may even be able to negotiate a discount on a piece, or trade pieces. I'm just saying, just know
That's
that
like
people.
having like a little letter from an artist that you have then a piece of art from. That would be really a cool thing to have too, to kind of
Exactly.
validate that piece of art.
It,
That's a really great idea.
it becomes a story, it becomes a relationship, it becomes a way of validating things. And the more I dive into the crypto NFT world, I realize that it's not about the art, it's about the people behind the art. So it's really important to get involved. Even if you want to grow yourself, you got to kind of show support to the community and being involved, because deep inside everybody knows each other. Like it's a small community, and
Mhm.
once you get to know, you will be buying great things that are not overpriced. Okay. You will not be taking leaps. Like you don't have to have to $12 million to
Right.
own a great piece of art that can gain value in the future, as long as you are connected, and you get to know a little bit of what modern and contemporary art is all about, and the
Yeah.
environment is. And
Well,
that's what I love the most, to be honest, diving in
yeah.
and
Whoops.
meeting each one.
Yeah. One last thing I want to touch on is you have taken over managing the Litecoin Foundation store, and you've created some artwork. Oh, whoops. Where did it go? It
Oh,
just
that went to my
bounced off.
bio. That's interesting. Not
Yeah,
bio,
when I
but
clicked on
right.
it there, I must have clicked on the wrong part. But you've created some artwork or some items in the Litecoin Foundation store. Um, I thought this was cool. And
Yeah.
everybody can go and click on, you can go to mommycrypto.com and then go in here and visit the Litecoin Foundation store. And any of these purchases then support the work that the Litecoin Foundation's doing. And I thought this little cute tie-dye shirt was really cute.
Yeah, I wanted something, to add, something fun, maybe summerish, that we could wear at the beach and, market the coin we love the most, because I really love Litecoin, and, I use it a lot. And just wanted to add a feminine touch as well to the store. Not that it's too feminine, because I do feel like this is a great design for boys and girls,
Mhm.
but it's just a summerish feel, and I'm loving it. If you guys have any input, if you guys have anything that you want to see in the store that you feel that we are missing, for me to organize it in a different way. Litecoin is decentralized. I'm just a tool to make the store looks better for our community. So just know that every input is appreciated. Every little request that you do, I'll try to accommodate. This is our little shop, and it's a space for us. Let's say you have an idea, you have a design you want to show. Let's talk about it. We want to make it a space for everyone to grow and enjoy.
Definitely. So, well, I just wanted to make sure we shared that because I thought that was really cute, and I might get my husband some of those shorts.
And those shorts are awesome. I want the flip flops. Yeah,
the flip flop.
I want the flip flops. I'm a flip flop type of gal. I'm always on flip flops. I have fancy ones just so I can get away with it.
You're in California, so you can wear those all the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's why I picked, the San Diego region over LA, because LA you kind of have to be a high heel person, and I like,
I love it.
Yeah, but I occasionally will put a high heel on and rock it. So don't you
Every
worry.
once in a while. Well, thank you so much for going through all that with me. I appreciate it. There's always good, crypto news going on. There's great things happening. And so I think it's fun to stay up on top of it. And, we'll be back next Monday and see what's happening next. So thanks everybody for joining us.
Even when it's not all good, we learn to be patient and understand the cycles, and we are together through these. We hold each other's hands, and we'll have fun throughout the ups and downs, because that's all, it's part of it.
I totally agree. Thanks so much, Michelle. I appreciate it.
See you next week.
Everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.